Back out here on Lake Kissimmee, switching it up a little bit this morning. We were in the same spot yesterday and about 2 hours later than we are here now, and there was fish schooling all over the place, blowing shad out of the water, out of the current. We're fishing flowing water again as a result of the all the excessive rainwater we had from Hurricane Irma about 2 weeks ago. The lake's fine. I'm sure everybody knows that all these lakes are fine down here now, but we still got a lot of water flowing out of the mouths of these canals, and that's bringing bait fish down through the canals, and the fish are stacking up at the mouths of them. Didn't catch them as good yesterday. We caught 22 or 23, I think it was. We moved around a lot and fished some new stuff. Didn't pan out as well. The day before, when I didn't film, we caught 32. So we're back out here this morning. We're going to throw some top water, see if those fish will come up. It's the whole reason we started in this spot this morning. So let's see how it goes. Whoa, look at that. Was that a bass? Or I don't know, that was weird because they all just moved, you know? It wasn't really bass blowing up. I don't know what that was. There's one. Ah. Yeah, maybe it is bass. I'd throw right up in there. The miss. Oh, that was gar there or something. There you go. A decent fish. I guess it is a whole bunch of bass sitting there. Nice. On the spook, something different, something not a worm. Look how dark that thing is. Not a big one, but they can be 10 inches long as far as I'm concerned if they'll hit top water. Yeah. There you go. See ya. Not where I thought they were going to be. I figured we would be all out here in this flat catching them. Miss one?
Yeah. Where you thought we'd be at?
I figured we'd be all out in here catching them off the lily pads and stuff, and they'll probably move out there. Probably just up here gorging themselves first thing this morning. Oh, good. That sounded good.
Yeah, it sounded good.
Jeez. Oh, God. They're just slapping at it. Still sounded good.
Your heart rate up.
Don't know. And then there's one way back in the grass. Hey, bad one. Now he's running at the boat 100 miles an hour. Back to the worm. Ah, he's smaller than I thought he was. You done? Oh, it's heavy. I mean, he's not a big fish, but he feels like heavy on the rod.
Yeah.
DOA worm. It's two. Go fishing. Two old bass fishermen in a boat together. Got him? Would you pick the spook back up? A decent one?
I think he's got it going almost sideways.
Oh yeah, I'm hooked on top of the head. Yeah. It's more fun on top water. Hooked him right on top of the back. Oh, he's saying you're supposed to boat flip it. So that looks cool on camera, apparently. Number 2 on the spook. Channel. Had a feeling they were going to be in there. Where'd he go? He's coming at me the whole time. They do it's mouth of Shingle Creek? Oh no, he's swimming at the boat the whole time. Man, he was hauling butt. Throw right up the middle of the gut. Mouth of Shingle Creek, when it gets flowing about like this, you don't catch them off the sides. They're sitting right in the dead middle of the mouth of it.
It's a nice size.
Yeah, ain't bad. And my bait pulled down into here, and that's when he hit it. And you had yours close to the boat. This might be one of those deals where we're out in the middle of it. Like the mouth coming into Cypress where we fished that little cut.
Yeah.
Remember I was telling you, usually we sit and throw right across the main channel and catch them right out of the middle of it. Not a bad one. Got him. New spot. See how quick mine was running at the boat though?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I missed him. Yeah. Number 6. That was right on the middle of the channel too, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, but it was a bit closer in. No, it wasn't further down there.
Yeah. The mouth of this creek here, we haven't fished it until just now. I've actually never fished the mouth of this creek or canal. The current's moving a little bit slower because it's not a direct part of the chain. It's kind of an offshoot lake. And we're not catching them. This is a little bit more of a current that these fish on this chain of lakes would be accustomed to. It's not bellowing out of it like it is out of some of the other creeks. So we caught it. Kind of a cool looking spot now that we're getting bites.
It's like hitting all over.
Yeah.
So much around us.
God. That one ate the fluke. The bass on Lake Kissimmee are definitely more aggressive than Toho for some reason. Now you can ask anybody about that. I mean, they get aggressive on Toho, but they're aggressive more frequently here.
If you came to prove, there's no reason to prove. And now you've got yourself something funky.
Number 22 at about 10 o'clock in the morning. Fished for about 2.5 hours. Caught the same number that we caught all day yesterday in 6 hours of fishing. So I told him when we got number 22 and we matched what we did yesterday, we were going to get out of here because we haven't really caught anything over 2 pounds here, have we?
No.
Been a lot of small fish. There's some up on this flat schooling around on minnows and little shad, some on the edge. The bigger ones here came right in the dead middle of this cut, but the bigger ones were 2-pounders. I think we might have had one maybe 2.5. So we're gonna move back to one of the areas we fished over the past couple days where we did get some bigger fish, and see if we can get up to our 40 that's our goal today. That's one right there. There's one. Finally. Oh. Oh. Just bigger than the last few I caught. Man, you gotta let these fish here eat like you're shiner fishing. Look where he's hooked.
Oh, looks like he's been caught before too.
Yeah. $23. There you go. They just sound bigger in this spot, don't they? Even if they're not, they sound bigger.
Yeah, look at no mouth on this one.
It's a chunky one though. 24. Look at that. You push the button on that, let him run with it, and still just hooked him right in the lip.
At least on, like I said, the last few days doing it and what's happening to you.
Yeah. And oh, there's a bite, I think. Yep. Eat it, eat it, eat it, and hook them. Right at the boat. No, he's not. $25. Boat flip it in to make everybody under 20 happy. Not a bad one.
No, I didn't.
Just a chunk.
Surprised where we catch them at, you know?
Yeah. They're kind of far out today, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do they seem farther out?
Yes, they want to caught.
Like more in the current.
Yeah.
That one was pretty far out too. And they're not just sitting there, they're hitting and running with it. The other 2 days ago when we caught them real good here, they were just sitting there.
Yeah.
They're different every day. Kind of explain what we're doing here, or how to fish running water. Again, I've said it a couple times. There's a lot more water flowing through here than I've ever seen in my 20-something years of fishing this chain. From Hurricane Irma. We've caught 20, what was that, 25? Caught 25 today. It is about a quarter till 11 o'clock in the morning. I would say there's a technique to fishing running water, but every spot that we've caught them in over the 3 days, this is my third day out here with him, every spot we've caught them on, they're different. We caught them in one mouth of one creek where they were nowhere near the current for the most part. They were off on a flat off to the left side looking at the mouth of the creek. And then some scattered lily pads out from it, chasing shad around. Another spot where first time we fished it today, there was fish out around it like the other places, but most of the fish were in the dead middle of the channel that was coming out of there. It was 6 feet deep, sitting right as smack dab in the middle of the current as you could. Here, we fished this yesterday. We didn't give it much of a chance yesterday, but the day before that, we caught over 20 of the 32 we caught right here. And they were there's a lot of mussel shells here as you drop down into this channel, into the canal here. And they were kind of at the very top edge of the drop off, right where you'd start getting in the really rough shells before you come up on this flat where there's no current. And they'd hit it and sit there with it. Today is completely different. We've missed more than we've caught here. And we've had probably 7 or 8 bites, and I think we've caught 3 of them. We've missed a lot of them, but today they're further out. We're throwing way out into the current, and it's kind of swooping our Texas rig worms down. Then we'll tighten up, and you can feel it coming up the drop-off. And probably a third of the way up is when they're hitting it. And then they're running out in the current with it. So if I had to say how to fish running water, there is no, especially here on this chain of lakes, there's no certain technique that's going to work. You got to go to every spot and fish the whole thing till you find out where the fish are going to be. But if there is running water on the Kissimmee Chain of Lakes, you fish running water. And then you catch fish like that. Were you planning that one? Right while I'm doing that? And then this is how it works. It's perfect. It's a perfect technique. It works every time. Talk about timing. And see, if you throw out in the current, you'll catch them. 26. Just like that. Oh, there's a bite. Talon down. Let him eat it for 4 to 5 minutes. Oh, just kidding. Ooh. Well, I'm also fighting them against the current, so no, just another one. Yeah, these fish aren't throwing any shad or anything out of their mouth. You know, you'd think they're down there gorging themselves. You'd be throwing bait fish all over the place. But I haven't seen any throw anything out, have you?
No.
$26. That one's yellow.
Especially when you hold it to the light.
Yeah.
It's yellow.
All 2-pounders. $27. Now see, I didn't let that one take it as long as you swallowed it. I don't know what they're doing. John? Kind of a double. You had yours hooked before mine hit the water. I think that's our first double today.
Yeah, it would be.
28. Now they're back to swallowing it. Got a football in it. Looks like a spotted bass because he's so chunky. Oops. 28. That's a fat joker. We just had to come back to our usual spot. There's one. Hot. Oh, someone's pulling. No, he's not. $29.
Going back yet.
Oh. Our second double. Our created double.
Gotta stretch the rules a little bit.
Stretching the rules a little bit. I was about to throw him back and he hooked one, so that's 2 in the boat at the same time. Double. But 2 doubles in a row. That's a new one. For 30. 30 fish before 11:30. Doesn't feel like we've caught that many though, does it? In
No.
4 hours? Alright, so we fished running water or current, whatever you want to call it, for 3 days now. We caught, didn't film the first day, like I said before. We caught 32 that day. Only caught 22 yesterday, and I think we ended on 31 today. No big fish today though, they seem to be getting smaller. But it was fun. We caught some on a, I think you caught 2 first thing this morning on a Zara Spook Jr., Super Spook Jr. We caught them on several on a fluke. They were smaller ones up on the flat, and most of them all came on that 8-inch DOA CAL worm, black with blue flake. We went through a whole bunch of, actually we didn't go through that many. You can see down there, we're catching 31 today. We sure didn't use very many worms. Pretty durable. We had them on a 5/16 ounce screw-in tungsten weight, just on 15-pound line. Just a couple places we were throwing in the current. Most of the places we were out of the current, you know, and catching them on the edge. So it was just different in every spot, but that's how you fish current. You just got to get up and read the spot. We tried to come in here, one last little spot. There's a cut here on Lake Kissimmee, and there's no water flowing out of it. There's just methane gas bubbles pumping up. But I'm booked like the next 7 or 8 days in a row, so I will be back out here or at the Butler Chain tomorrow, depending on what my customers want to do. And please subscribe to my channel and keep watching. Thanks.